What's up, motherfuckers? Hey, Jay. Is anybody out there? Yes, indeed. Bronx. Yes, we are back. Yagalope. What's uppers? Looks like my number counter is fucking off. It says only one. So that's fucking not right. You see. Yep. Yeah, it's weird, man. See that shit? It only shows one. So I think that is fucking broke. So let's do this. Header, viewer count, properties. Okay. And then I will hit close. There we go. Yeah, I'm going to actually rename it. Give me 1 second. I'm glad you brought that up. I didn't have time to do that. Alright, so this is live stream dash 09, what is it, 2918? Is it the 29th right now? I think it's the 29th. Let's take a look. Yep, the 29th. 29th. Bam. Okay, go like this. Okay. Oh, look at that. It won't. There we go. Bam. Alright. So now we're updated. Okay, there we go. Alright. So I can minimize this shit. Alright, guys. Let's do this shit. So, like I promised on the last one, I actually have a lot of entertainment stuff here. So, some of you guys may be familiar with a company called Telltale Games. They did Walking Dead. They were actually pretty instrumental in bringing back the adventure genre that up to that point was kind of dying out. And they had been doing it well, and then suddenly they overreached, I believe. So the employees didn't have any notice, really. They had 30 minutes to get their shit and go. They're only keeping about 25 employees for the time being. They laid off 90% of their staff. That's 150 developers and writers that got laid off. And one of the things that really makes me sad is one of the licenses that they were going to be working on was Stranger Things. This needs to be adjusted slightly. Hang on here. Let's get this like this. And yeah, that's better. That's better. Especially as I'm sitting on like this. I wanted to make sure. What's uppers? Vixen. I like that. That's actually pretty cool. Vix and Sin. I like that. That's pretty cool. Now, the good news on that whole fiasco with Telltale Games is that Gearbox, the makers of such great games as, why am I drawing to Borderlands? They're looking to hire some of these developers, which makes sense because one of the games that Telltale was working on before was Borderlands. So they actually had a Borderlands game set that was pretty good. Haven't played it. Joe King. That's funny. Joe King, not joking. Joe King posted, sorry to hear about the Telltale Games. Check out the listings on their site. Gearbox Randy Pitchford, the head dude over there. Gearbox is growing and looking for talent. So that's a sad thing for Telltale Games, but it could be a great thing for people who enjoy Gearbox's games, because now you have some of these really good storytellers that probably are going to end up over at Gearbox, which is great. Keeping enough to finish Walking Dead game and possibly Stranger Things is what my son was reading to me earlier. If so, that would be great. The Stranger Things is what I was really looking forward to. Okay, so folks that play Diablo 3, Season 15 is now underway. Fortnite Season 6 just started not too long ago. My son has been in there just wrecking shit and just destroying. Very proud of him. He is just killing it. The kid is phenomenal. I watched him play and I'm like, holy shit. I'm glad I'm not playing against you, motherfucker. He pushes hard. That kid is like really fucking good. Also in Diablo news, it looks like there's going to be an animation show that is going to make its way to Netflix. And I'm like, oh shit, that's kind of cool actually. For all of you old WoW heads that enjoy the old, really tough experience that World of Warcraft gave back in the days before they nerfed it, and made it substantially more approachable and easy as it is now in its current iteration, uh, Blizzard has WoW Classic. And that demo is going to be playable at BlizzCon, but they're also going to let people that buy the BlizzCon virtual pass access to play it. So that's going to be around November 2nd. Okay. DC Titans. I was looking at it and I was watching the trailer and I don't know. Beast Boy looks cool. Raven, not too bad. Robin looks pretty cool. I'm not too cool about Starfire though. I don't know. I don't know. You know. Garen, I don't know. I haven't played King's Road, so I'm not sure. I know you asked that last week at the end, and I was playing it, and you had asked that question. I get a chance to answer that. I don't know that game. I don't know King's Road. It's not a game I've played. So the answer to that is I don't know. Somebody else on the stream, if you guys have played King's Road and you've also played Diablo, if you can answer that, that would be fucking awesome. So DC Titans, I mean, it looks decent. The trailers and stuff, I don't know. We'll see. As far as 4 or 5 seasons of Stranger Things, I think that's probably going to be enough. I really do. I it's such a good show, and it's such a mashup of different genres that I don't know if they can keep it going. I just don't know if it's got that kind of staying power is the problem. So 4 or 5 seasons might be all it's got. It might be all it's got. I would be happy if I'm wrong, but that's just my gut. I don't think it can do much more. Yeah, the Captain Marvel trailer popped off. That looks intriguing. It looks interesting, and it will be good to have a really good, strong female-led Marvel flick, so they can finally fucking stop fucking around and give me my damn Black Widow movie. Because I want to see Scarlett Johansson in her own thing. That would be fucking great. That would be great. Yeah, the Stranger Things is definitely worth watching, especially if you're an 80s kid. That's the thing that really gave it, it tied a lot of the geeky shit that I was into as a kid into a show. And as I said, tied in all these different genres together so seamlessly that is pretty fucking amazing. I really dig Stranger Things. That's one of the few shows that I'm waiting with bated breath to see what else they've got coming. Daredevil season 3. We've got a date on that, and they have some trailers out now that look very good. You have one from Matt Murdock's point of view, and then you have one from Wilson Fisk, aka Kingpin. Riverdale is not a show that I've watched. I haven't seen any of it. My daughter has, and she seems to really enjoy it. I don't know. It doesn't resonate. It doesn't draw me. But again, I haven't seen a single episode, so I can't really comment on it. One that my wife has been watching, I've been coming in on little bits and pieces here and there, is a show called Peaky Blinders, which I'm like, fuck, that show is dramatic as shit. I've only seen like maybe 3 episodes out of the fucking 4 seasons that she's been watching, and every time I come in I'm like, what's going on with Tommy now? And it's like, holy shit, she's hooked on that shit though. Yeah, exactly, Jay. It said finally gonna give her own fucking movie. She's hot and can kick ass. Exactly. But yeah, the Peaky Blinders, man, that shit's fucking crazy. It's crazy. I think if enough people tell me check out Riverdale, I will check it out. It's hard for me because my time Like, I haven't even had a chance to finish Iron Fist, and I've actually been enjoying that, you know. But the Peaky Blinders is gangsta as fuck, and I love Tommy. Tommy is just, he's just, oh, that gypsy bastard. He's fucking awesome. I like it. But again, I haven't had a chance to watch a lot of it, but what I have seen has been entertaining as hell. So we got a new trailer for X-Men Dark Phoenix. This trailer, yeah, I remember the Archie comics. I know that this is kind of a re-image of it. And that kind of had me a little bit intrigued. And then I was asking my daughters, is there like some darkness to it and blah blah blah, and they're like, yeah, you know, it's a little different, Dad. And I'm like, okay. Um so X-Men Dark Phoenix trailer dropped. The trailer itself, not bad. It seems to have, I'm sorry, excuse me, it seems to have some dark dark brotherhood, Hellfire Club mixing in there a little bit. I don't like the casting from the chick from Game of Thrones, and I just don't like her. I really don't. I'm hoping she surprises the fuck out of me and really brings it, because this could be a good moment for her. This could be a moment where she gets out of the shadow of Game of Thrones and really fucking defines her future. So I'm hopeful she can pull it off. Now, the date for X-Men Dark Phoenix changed, and there was a different movie. Oh man, what was the other movie? There was a movie that swapped places with it, and I'm drawing a motherfucking blank. I had some notes, and it didn't fucking work out. It didn't fucking work out. Anyway, there was a movie that was coming out. It was coming out at the end of the year, and then it got pushed. Speaking of the end of the year, a travesty. They're doing a Christmas release of Deadpool 2 that they're editing and making it PG-13, and they're doing kind of a princess Princess Bride. No, is it Princess Bride? You're killing my father. Yeah, Princess Bride. Where they have Fred Savage. He's sitting in bed wearing the same outfit, and there's Deadpool with a Santa hat reading the story. So they're doing a PG-13 with extra footage in there. They're getting rid of a lot of the bad jokes, the colorful fuck jokes, and all that stuff, and a lot of the bloody scenes. And they're gonna add some other stuff in there. And I think this is a horrible, horrible, horrible idea, especially as uh, a Deadpool fanatic. You know what I mean? And it really bugs me because this is going to give, it's going to give Disney the ammo it needs to ensure that future Deadpools don't get an R rating. And that really fucking chaps my ass. You know? Yeah, exactly, Jay. But if a PG-13 movie comes out and they just fucking kills it, there you go. You know what I mean? So it's like, fuck. There's a Holmes and Watson trailer, and it's a comedy. Will Ferrell, you know, the Step Brothers team's at it again, and I'm just kind of like, meh. I'm like, I don't know. I'm getting jaded. I'm getting whatever. I'm getting old. That shit just. It looks like there's some funny parts to it, but for the most part, I was kind of like, I'm not excited. I'll wait for the bootleg that shit. Look After trailer. That one felt like a modern day Carrie revenge thing. Nerdy girls getting fucked with. She sees some dude she likes. Blah blah blah. Um, and then she sees a reflection, and reflection's like, let me out, let me do things, let me help you, and blah blah blah. And there's some really incestuous shit in there where I hope it's a stepdad, because there's a part where she's rubbing the dad's dick and shit, and like seducing her own father, and I'm like, oh, what the fuck is this shit about? Anyway, so that trailer's out. It's called Look After. It had that kind of Carrie feel to it, but I'm not quite sure if it's a demon or what the fuck it is that's trapped behind a mirror that swaps places with her or whatever else. So I was kind of like, whatever. Fallout 76, they have released kind of a trailer of the in-game intro, and they also announced that the beta will be on the Xbox One first. So if you're excited about Fallout 76, and you have an Xbox One, you're gonna have access to it before anybody else. Um, let's see. One thing that I saw that was interesting for PS Plus subscribers for the PlayStation 4, in a couple of days, one of the free games that they're going to have up there is Friday the 13th, which is a game I'm very interested in checking out and playing. So I might just grab it when it comes out. And there's a bunch of other games that they're giving away as well. Laser League, Knowledge is Power, The Bridge, Rocket Birds 2, and 2064 Read Only Memories, which is kind of it's an old school looking living comic type story. So anyway, there's a whole slew of things coming out in October for the PlayStation Network, if that's what you're interested in. Um, and that's pretty much the base news that I was able to find that kind of caught my fancy and stuff that I was interested in following up. So just wanted to share that with you guys. Now, in regards to Deadpool, I really, I want to support it and everything else, but at the same time, I don't, because I don't want to support a PG-13 version of it. I don't want them to say, yeah, we can do an X-Force set of movies, PG-13. Same deal with, like, the X-Men Phoenix. This is the last X-Men movie they're going to be able to make, and then it falls back to Marvel hands. So it'll be interesting to see what Fox does with it, if they fuck it up, if they do okay with it. I like Magneto, I like Xavier, and that's pretty much it. The rest of the crew that makes up the X-Men, I don't know. The costumes, I think the costumes look spot on. I was pretty happy with the way that shit looked, but I don't know. The other thing that's interesting is moving back to what is it, DC Titans. So DC has their own stream now, their own streaming network. A lot of these companies now are all trying to do their own streaming network, which we're going back to the old cable model. Back in the 80s, cable companies just started coming out of the woodwork, and before you knew it, you had fucking dozens upon dozens of channels that you had available. And that was, you pay premium to these cable providers so that you had HBO, Skinamax, and all these other fucking things. I'm seeing the same thing now. So Disney's going to want their own streaming, Marvel's going to want their own streaming, DC's going to want their own fucking streaming, blah, 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 blah. And all it's going to do is push the market to bootleg. They're dumb. They're dumb. They should consolidate, let companies like Netflix do the amazing job that they're doing. But no, they see the success that Netflix has, and they get fucking greedy, and they just think they can nickel and dime the consumer, but that's not going to fly because people's discretionary money is shrinking. It's not growing. And going to, back to the Angry Jackalope type stuff, the financial markets, they're all propped up. So, these guys are hedging their bets that people are going to spend money on their stuff for the Marvel flicks, the DC flicks, etc. But I don't see it. I don't see it. Now, speaking of the DC Titans, what's up with Starfire, man? What's up with the choice? I'm seeing a lot of the comic books and stuff, adding more minorities into the fold. And I don't really have a problem with that. It's kind of like, okay, I get what you're trying to do. You're trying to broaden your horizon, get more of a, diverse market to buy your comic books, etc. But introduce new characters, make things fun. Why does suddenly Thor have to be a woman? Why does Hulk have to be Chinese? Why does Iron Man have to be a black chick? Why? I mean, it's almost like they took all of the flagship characters and did a revamp on them. We had a black Spider-Man. Granted, it's a different character, Miles. Then you're seeing all these other weird mashups. Like, what the fuck is up with the Hulk now? This other Hulk, this Weapon H or whatever, where they've got these spikes sticking out of his body and he's got big giant Wolverine claws and shit. I'm just like, come the fuck on. Are you serious? It's like comics are becoming retarded, and the big problem why people aren't buying comic books is because they're filled with fucking ads. They're very tiny now, and they're ungodly fucking expensive. So much so that your base target audience of young kids can't even really fucking afford them anymore. Here's a news flash. How about everybody who goes watches a Marvel movie sends in their ticket stub, and you give them 1 year free subscription to one of the comic books. And if you don't want to deal with the printed shit, fine, give them 1 year of the digital comic book so they can read it on their fucking phones or something. You know, um, I don't know if it started necessarily Batman and the Dark Knight. It just seems that, I mean, I actually liked the Dark Knight. I actually liked what they did with some of that stuff. I like some of the stuff that DC did, even with the Batman versus Superman, and even um, some of the other crazy arcs that they did along the way. I'm just saying, as a general thing, in Hollywood anyway, it's like, okay, you know what? Let's just be colorblind and we're gonna make a black Nick Fury. Okay, fine. Samuel Jackson brought a cool dimension to Nick Fury, but let's be honest, Nick Fury should have been Kurt Russell from the get-go. Should have been Kurt Russell. Kurt Russell was fucking Nick Fury. That would just been perfect. Picture Snake Plissken as Nick fucking Fury. But Samuel Jackson, that's fine, whatever. But I just saw some shit recently where they were talking about Superman being black. Now, it came to my attention that in the comic books, there is a black Superman now. And I'm like, oh shit, I did not know that. I'm not a big DC head, so that one slipped under the radar for me. But Starfire, I'm like, what the fucking hell? Starfire? You're fucking crazy. That should have been a hot ass Asian chick or a hot ass white chick. You know what I'm saying? Either one of those I'd have been cool with, But Starfire, the way it was right there, I thought that was a bad cosplay. I was like, what the fuck? A Vampirella movie. Yeah, I mean, those shit. That costume, Vampirella costume, has always been one that makes me always go, I'm blushing a little bit. Let's see her fight in that costume. Yeah, even Witchblade, right? That's another costume that's like, what the fuck? Yeah, it's not indicative of the vertical that buys those particular comic books, but even Captain Marvel. I think the new Captain Marvel is isn't she like a gay Indian chick or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, it's like it's kind of funny because in their effort to be more PC and open up to a broader group, they're actually alienating the motherfuckers that have been supporting the comics forever. You know what I mean? I say fuck rehashing a flagship character. Look at Black Panther. Black Panther and Luke Cage, those are characters back from the, I mean, granted, from the days of Black Exploitation, the 70s for Luke Cage specifically, but Black Panther was a very serious character. And look at the success he's having. And I remember when that movie came out, they were all, oh, look, they're being racist and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no, they're not. They're actually doing a story in an environment that makes perfect sense Ain't nothing racist about that shit, you know. But it just seems like this political correct shit is just fucking things up across the board. You know, I would have been like, if I was at Marvel, I held up Marvel, I would have been like, listen, I want to have some characters that are going to come, that are going to represent inner city, this, that, and everything else, but I want it to be, you know, somewhat realistic, but at the same time, I wanted to evoke hope. I wanted to take certain archetypes and give these kids something to be something to aspire to, something that takes the hardships of life, and despite that shit, they still rise above and are amazing, you know? And it's not a hard formula. It's really not. But the problem is, um, they make them cliche. They make them stupid, you know, or they'll have the wrong people write the stories that have no life experiences that lend themselves to it. Look, as far as inner city and shit like that is concerned, I know a lot of fucking amazing artists from the inner city. They could tell stories for days, you know, but whatever, you know. Bronx, I have a vampire tattoo on my back. I hate autocorrect. I hate fucking autocorrect too. It's fucking retarded. I hate that shit. You know, Blade. Blade is another example of a fucking minority character that is could be fucking monster if done right. You know, the Blade movies were fucking good in my opinion. I enjoyed the shit out of them. I thought Wesley Snipes was a motherfucking man. You know, um, but yeah, Jay, political correctness has gone entirely too far. There's too many pussies. There's too many limitations. There's too many, you know. Oh, you know, I don't. Oh, I don't like. Are you defining my gender? It's like, come on, man. Come on, man. It's fucking stupid. Stupid. You know, and I think in this day and age, you could have. I mean, here's the real travesty. In this day and age with YouTube and social new media and everything, imagine the multi-genre content you could create with comics. You could have comics that spans, you know, a whole subset that sits and lives on Twitter, a whole subset that sits and lives on Instagram, a whole subset that lives in Pinterest. These are all stories that are part of the whole, and these characters kind of intertwine with each other and stuff. And then, boom, then you have, you know, these are all comics now, but they're in these different platforms. And on YouTube, you have the motion comics and shit like that. And then you have the hardcore people that, you know, the people that are tied into all of that, you hook them in on the printed shit for the collectability aspects, because that was one of the things that was always fun about collecting comics, was collecting comics. The stories were one part of it, but the different variant covers, the limited runs, things of that nature, awesome. Awesome. You know, build up the online community behind a story, right? And then uh, behind a story, and then have Marvel or Image Comics or DC Comics, Vertigo, whatever, um, have a contest and let the community push the one to the top that they like, and then that one gets a full fledged comic. You know what I mean? It's really fucking easy. Oh, Vampirella on my back. Oh shit, dude. That's fucking cool. I'd like to see that one. Hell yeah. I have She on this arm right here. So this is William Tucci's She, and that was one of my favorite comics back in the day. And so I wanted that tattooed on my arm, and then later on, I ended up meeting my wife, and she ended up looking like my tattoo. So it worked out well for me because I got to marry uh, the visual version of my comic book character that I liked very much. So go figure there. Um, but you know, it just seems that they're just killing it. They're just killing it with some of these things, some of these choices. You know, I don't know. it just kind of bugs me. It kind of bugs me because I always felt that Starfire was super fucking hot, and she was very kind of naive. And then here they got this character. She's snarky, she's got attitude and everything else. I'm like, yeah. Granted, maybe I'm basing my shit on fucking Teen Titans, on the cartoons and stuff like that, and I'm not a big DC head, so maybe I'm missing something, but I didn't like the casting. Just like I don't like the casting for Jean Grey. That's not even, a race thing. That's just, I don't like the actress. I don't, well, she might surprise me. I hope she does. I really do. But, it's just, I don't know. Sometimes picking characters just for character's sake, just to be edgy, I don't know. That kind of irks me, you know? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. It just, I don't know. I get kind of fed up with that shit, though. It really bugs me. It really fucking does. Um, but, like, like Deadpool is a perfect example of a character that was created and then took on a life of its own. I'm thinking of some other characters that were kind of interesting. You had what the fuck is his name? Silver Samurai. You had what was it? Sunfire? Or is it Sunfire? Both of those were Japanese characters, and on the DC side, you had the one guy that always rolls around with Constantine. He's a gargoyle sometimes, and then the other time he's like a medieval knight, Black Knight or something like that. Anyway, he's from Great Britain. So you got some of these characters regionally from different spots, and they represent these different spots. And I always felt, why not encompass that? Why not take those things, and then that way you can share culture and you can share different ideologies and stuff like that. you know but no, it seems like they're just interested in the mighty buck, and they're not interested in, like, the heyday of comics. Like when I was a kid, there was a sense of different uh different things. Like I remember when Marvel was doing the graphic novels, and one of the first graphic novels they came out with was the X-Men, and it was amazingly hard. It dealt with the whole mutant thing from the point of view that really shined a light on racism. And I thought, man, this is powerful, great storytelling. You know, but now it seems like it's just bullshit stories. Garen says, "How about Silver Surfer series?" Silver Surfer was, Norm Rad was a very cool character, and I think they will tackle Silver Surfer, Galactus, the cosmic entities. I think that's what's going to come next after that. Here's the thing that's funny about Fantastic Four. So, the very first Johnny Storm that they had later became Captain America, right? And then the kid that was Killmonger on Black Panther, he was Johnny Storm also, in the more recent one. And Jessica Alba, she was Sue Storm, and then she went on to be inside of Sin City, which, goddamn, she killed it in Sin City. Oh, Dazzler, yeah, Dazzler would be interesting. The TV series for Cloak and Dagger, incidentally, I haven't finished it, but what I've seen so far up to episode 5, or no, episode 4, fucking amazing. Dark as shit, very authentic, feels very good. I mean, wow. Wow. For freeform, oh man, I'm impressed. I really like Cloak and Dagger had always had a fond spot in my heart. It was always interesting how the characters had to rely on each other. Dazzler is another character that I always dug. you know, because she was so passionate about the music and the stuff that she could feel and stuff, you know, and that was really cool. I really dug Dazzler. I thought the other ones I really liked was Inhumans, and then the TV series came along and fucked that up. Um, that really bugs me. Let's see, what other things did I like? There was a series called Power Pack, if I remember. I think that's what their name was. It was a bunch of kids that inherited these superpowers from some dying aliens, and one of the brothers, I think he called himself Jackhammer. He could go real small, but he still weighed the same weight. So he would jump in the air and he'd land on people's heads and boop, 60 pounds or whatever, land on a motherfucker's head. But, things like that, these kind of offshot comics that weren't hugely popular, but still was kind of culturally impactful because they were risky and they tried things. Hell, go back even further, ROM, which was a toy, but they had some comics around that. That was an interesting thing. They could redo that and make that kind of interesting. Um, there's no shortage of really cool stuff that was out there. I'm trying to think back. Like they still haven't done a Submariner movie. Now that Aquaman's coming out, they might not do one because they'll be like, oh, people instantly make the comparison to say, oh, that's just Marvel's version of Aquaman. He's like, yeah, but he was part of the Illuminati. So you had Namor, you had T'Challa, you had Doctor Strange, you had Reed Richards, and you had Stark and Professor Xavier, and they were like the smartest minds on the planet, and they were the Illuminati, and I thought that was kind of interesting. Sending you on Facebook the picture of my back. Okay, cool. I'll check that out. I think that came over on this other machine here. Give me 1 second. I think I could just open the browser right there and it'll be over here. Oh shit. Yep. Damn, that's a big piece, bro. Ooh, that's good work. That's really good. That's cool, man. That is, oh man, that is actually a really nice piece. I like that a lot. Good shading on that. That's awesome. That's funny. She's holding the yin and yang, just like I got. Let's see, I think it's yin and yang. Nope, wrong arm. Yin and yang there, and up there. Yep, that's cool. That's a cool piece. Oh, okay, nice. Yeah, that's pretty fucking cool. Yeah, that's good. That's good line work and everything, man. That's one of those pieces that you could be proud of. Sometimes people end up getting tattoos and be like, fuck. Blue Shield. That sounds familiar to me. Blue Shield. I know there was a Blue Beetle. Blue Shield. Blue Shield. God, I'm drawing a blank on it. I've heard it. Did he have armor like Iron Man? Was he one of those dudes? Blue Shield. I can't remember now. I'd have to look it up. I have to look it up. Um, well, Jay, I can't necessarily show the rest of the class. Bronx would have to say it's okay. You know what I mean? Because he's half naked here. You know. And some folks, don't necessarily want the world to see them and shit. You know what I mean? If Bronx is like, I don't give a fuck, go ahead and show it, then I'll show it. You know? Let's see, in Marvel. Yeah, I thought it was Marvel. I'm drawing a blank on it. While Bronx decides if he wants to, oh, okay. Bronx says it's cool. Okay, hang on. Let me go over here. Boop, boop. Let me save it. File, save as. I'll save this to, yeah, it's fine. Projects is fine. Then I'll come over here. Before I go look that up, Garen, let me add an image. Add an image. Add a source. Add a new one, and then I'll go over here. I have it shared right there on that network drive, and then is it, oh great, of course, it didn't sort by things, so I have to do this real quick. I've been downloading some cool fucking pictures. The Jackalope was sending me some fucking cool pictures that there it is. Got it. Alright. Okay, so what I have to do is say done. Okay, and then I could just move it like that. And that way you guys can see it. Boom. And I don't give away his identity. It's pretty fucking cool. It's a cool fucking piece, man. Like I said, look at all that shading. That shading is fucking amazing. You got a little smudge on the mirror right there that got rid of that part right through here. But other than that, it's pretty fucking hot. Alright, so let's see here. Let me peek real quick at the Blue Shield. Blue Shield Marvel. And it will show me a picture right off the bat. And then I'll be like, Blue Shield, Blue Shield. Right? Was that what the name was? Let's see. Blue Shield. You know what's fucked up is I'm seeing all this other Blue Shield shit. All this medical and all this other stuff. I don't see any Blue Shield characters. Oh my god, the shit that's coming up here is fucking comical. Oh my fucking hell. Okay, I gotta stop looking at stupid. Stupid, I tell you. Yeah, I told you guys, it's fucking cool. I am huge tattoo fan, so when I see somebody who has good fucking work, I'll call the shit out. And it's fucking, it's good. You know, that was money well spent. That was a good investment right there. I'm itching to get more skin, more tattoo. I'm just running out of fucking canvas space is the problem. I'm thinking about doing something in these empty parts through here. I'm not sure. Maybe something through here. Might do something. Like, a lot of my back's already taken, but I think I have from where your yin and yang begins and down open. So maybe I'll just do a big fucking jackalope piece. I don't know. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. My money's fucked up right now anyway, so we'll have to wait and see. You know what I mean? Oh, let's just hang on. Let's see. My chimey chime just went. Let's see. Oh. So Matt Sessions tells everybody, hey from Afghanistan, hope is all well. Tell everybody hello. I just told everybody for you, brother. Yeah, you know, some of the motherfuckers that long time friends of the channel, man, they travel everywhere and they be showing Angry Jackalope stuff and things of that nature. I do have some a little bit of exciting stuff in regards to my book stuff. One of my favorite authors, Scott Sigler, got me the information of his agent, and my publisher is talking to his agent. So the hopes is that Scott will be able to do a blurb about the book and talk about it a little bit, and that would be cool because then I could take a quote from him. You know, he's fucking super well known. He's a fucking great author, and if I get a nod of approval from him, that'll definitely go pretty far to get people interested in checking my shit out. Also for Wicked, and there was a couple other people that said they were interested in beta reading. I suck. I got real busy with a bunch of different shit. That party last week for the wife and all the other stuff just totally side-railed me. Tomorrow I plan on spending some time putting packages together for emails to send out digital copies of Magic Really Sucks Volume 1 Revelation to the people that were interested in checking it out. So again, if you were interested but you didn't say anything the week before last and you want to get a copy to read, check out, just shoot me an email so I have your email so I can send it to you at, let me get my email, boop, to Rob Ricks at magicreallysucks.com. So I'm going to put it in here for you. Rob Ricks at magicreallysucks.com. And then I will send you guys a copy. And only thing I'm looking for is some feedback. Just let me know what you think, what you like, what you don't like. You know, you can't hurt my feelings. If you start reading it and you say, you know what, it's not my cup of tea, I'm not mad at you. You know what I'm saying? Is it change the name? Is it possible to change the name on this account? Change the name, change your name, or change the name of the show here? I'm trying to figure out which one you're talking about, Garen. If you're talking about changing your name, yes, you can change your name, and I think you just go on the top right, go down to you'll see your little avatar. You click on it, and I think there's some settings in there, and then when you go into a settings, I think one of those is your name, and I think when you go to change your name, it'll just want you to verify it or something like that. Yeah. Yep. I think so. Let's see. Go to the channel. Hide. Nope. So I can't do anything. Let's see. I think because I've seen Bronx do it, and I've seen the Jackalope do it. And I think if you just Google it, you probably can just Google it and say your Google search would be changing my name on my YouTube account, and then it'll probably just tell you what to do. It'll probably hook to your Google Plus. Maybe it's your Google Plus settings. I don't know. I haven't changed my name, so I don't know off the top of my head. Anyway, that's pretty much all I have planned on the show. I'm real excited for the next phase for my book stuff. Yeah, see, Magic knows. See, Magic changed his too to the Magic Jackalope. Also, that's where he changed his avatar, his actual little thumbnail. I have some stuff coming up. I'm trying to get this backyard fence taken care of. That's been taking a little bit of my time. My day job's been really pulling at me. My wife is about to travel nurse, and so I've been helping her get prepped for that. But you know, we're finally dialed in here at the house, which is really good. Feels good. I'm going to be doing some product reviews on the Angry Jackalope side. I got some product reviews on this side. I'm also trying to carve out a dedicated time slot for me to do some Let's Play. For example, I've got this game here called Vampyr, or maybe it's just pronounced Vampire. So it's Vampyr, and I have not even started that game up yet. Like, I want to play it, but I want to stream it as I play it. So I'm trying to find a dedicated day for me to do that. A dedicated gaming day where, you know, I could do a good 2 hours of Let's Plays and go from there. So, I don't know. We'll see. Steve says, I'm changing mine to the fuckalope. That's pretty funny, actually. I like that. Although, I doubt they're going to let you do it. I doubt they'd actually let you put that in there. You'd probably have to do something like this. You know, to get away from the PC shit. She's staying here in the States. She's actually going to be in Washington State area, which really has me nervous because she'll be about 850 some odd miles away from me. And, you know, the conspiracy-minded person in me is like, fuck, that's 3 gas fill ups for her to get back this way, you know? Oh, it's funny even. Whoa. It's funny you even say it about a fucking gin, Karen. It's funny you even bring that shit up. Yeah, I'm going to be doing some story times pretty soon here. Uh, Talking with you guys about gins, talking with you guys about some other stuff. I might actually have to cover some of that conversational shit on the Angry Jackalope side, since I'm trying to do a clear delineation between what's on this channel and what's on that channel. But yeah, there's been some stuff I've been researching, come across recently that's got me all kinds of uh, all kinds of spooked. You know, there's been a lot of weird shit going on in this house here too. I think we've got it somewhat figured out what's going on, but um, I will share one thing with you guys though. I will share one thing with you guys just because that ties directly to Magic Really Sucks. So in Magic Really Sucks, there's a part where Ethan, the main character there, starts to manifest as a Nephilim, and that process of manifesting is a painful one. And you guys may recall I was sick last week, all the way up till the day of the house party, and I was really fucked up. And I felt horrible. I felt like body aches really bad, and shit was just really fuck with me. And I kind of was joking in my mind. I was like, I wonder if this is shit Ethan was going through when he was manifesting as a Nephilim. And I said, wouldn't it be fucked up if I'm actually a fucking Nephilim and I'm manifesting right now? And so this was about 10:35 on the 19th of September, and you might be like, wow, Rob, that's very specific. How do you know that? Because at that very moment when that thought hit my head, oh, and look, note the number of viewers right now, 11. Okay, so there's 11 viewers right now. Look at the caller ID, September 19th. Let me get this. Let's see here. There it is. So you see those 4 ones at the top there. I have to angle this so that let's see if this will work. Go, no, there it is. See that restricted right above the Riverton Hospital? So for those of you indoctrinated into the metaphysical numerology, 11, 11, 11 specifically is one of those interesting quinky dinky numbers. A lot of times it's like you're on the right path or you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. So here it is again, Quinky Dink. We got exactly 11 viewers, and 11 as a number is a 1-1, 2 towers, right? So anyway, just for historical reference, you saw it right there. Right when I got out of the shower, I reached for the phone. It stopped ringing. I lifted it up, saw the caller ID, and got the heebie-jeebies. Like, what the literal fuck? So anyway, it was right after I was like, oh, wouldn't it be some fucking shit if I was a Nephilim manifesting like Ethan? Exactly. 11 is the number of magic. And what's the name of the book? Magic Really Sucks. And so my wife, she is convinced my stories are coming to me either by aliens or by something else, and that's how I'm able to write stuff like a trilogy in 5 months with all kinds of other crazy shit going on. And I'm not going to argue with her because that shit was relatively easy. And it's 11 p.m. on the East Coast. It's funny. It's just funny. So anyway, I just thought I'd share that with you guys. Let's see. And yeah, so there it is. A couple minutes left. I'm also going to start doing some probably later on, once things really start going, I'm going to start doing some Q&A stuff for people that are interested in learning different shit. Things about writing, things about design work, different things. So if there's stuff that you guys have been interested and you wanted, to learn shit or whatever else, I will figure another time for stuff like that. So right now I'm kind of with the Robert R. Rick stuff. I'm just flinging mud, trying to figure shit to entertain, engage, educate, and have fun with you guys. So yeah, I'm telling you, Jay, there's a lot of weird shit going on right now in this house. Nothing that's scary, like my dog seemingly teleported out of the bathroom into like another room, and me and a wife are still trying to figure that shit out. It's fucking bizarre shit. Because my dog, like, I will take a shit and my dog will be right at my feet. That's what she does. She just always is next to me. And my wife was like, she was gonna take a shower, and then I was gonna shower right after because we were rushed. We were trying to get stuff done, and my kids were at school, and the other kids were downstairs. My daughter was downstairs, and so I didn't want to go all the way downstairs and bring the dog down there. I said, "Fuck it, leave the dog here in the bathroom with us." And my wife was like, "You sure you want to leave the dog in here?" I'm like, "Yeah." So she closes the door, and then me and the wife are having a conversation talking about stuff like this, crazy shit. And then I noticed Daisy wasn't sniffing my feet or anything else, and I look around. I go, "Where the fuck is the dog?" And so we start looking around in the bathroom. We're calling her name, and she's the kind of dog. You call her name, she'll come running and she'll scratch on the fucking door and all this other shit if she was outside. And we couldn't find her. Couldn't find her for fucking 5 minutes. I started freaking out, like, what the fuck? Where'd my fucking dog go? And then we opened the door again, looked for her, called her. Nothing. Called her again, third time. She comes running and her heart is just fucking. I'm like, what the fuck happened to the dog? So anyway, weird shit in the Rick's house. Fucking crazy shit, I tell you. Anyway, that's it. Gonna end on that little fucking crazy note right there for you guys. Um, the world's changing. That's for damn sure. In the Kabbalah, there are only 10 Sapara, states or world of cosmic reality, but there's an 11th uh, Sephiroth called Tifereth Beauty. Well, that doesn't sound like a bad thing. That sounds like a good thing, actually. So it's just, it's a weird thing. I can't begin to wrap my head around it. I mean, could Daisy have gone out? Sure. Could this just been some kind of India calling me at 10:35 at night to run one of their little scams on me or something? Fuck, I don't know. You know what I mean? It's just fucking weird. It's fucking weird. Anyway, I'm gonna head out, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for going on the fucking weird ride. We're going on the fucking magic roller coaster. And I will see you guys next week. Alright, guys. Be safe out there. And just live life. You know what I mean? Life's too fucking short. Have a ball. Have a blast. Because you never know. Alright, guys. I'm out.